I know one thing for sure. It is getting harder and harder to wake up before my children. But today I did it anyway, because around these parts, we've got things to do, places to be. And as always in a big family, birthdays to celebrate. Hey, they're beautiful people. I've been hibernating in my house for a couple days, because in case you haven't noticed, the tiny freeloader in my uterus has become the big freeloader in my uterus. But hey, one freeloader can't stop no show. We've got somewhere to be around here. Our little Jacob turned 7 on Friday, and a very long time ago, he declared where he wanted to go for his 7th birthday. So as I loaded up the little ones and Mr. Cade locked up the house, before realizing he forgot something as always, and then went back in the house, and then came back out, and then relocked the door, and then came out again. Oh, and as Charity Rose packed up her entire room. See, child, because we haven't even left the driveway yet, and at this point I'm ready to go back inside. But this trip was planned before this trip was planned. So let's proceed. Now, shall we? Okay. Now, since we were passing through town on our way out of town, after all, it only made sense for us to stop and see our college kids. And we found Mr. College Dude wandering around campus, dressed as if it is not September in Alabama. Young man, it was 92 degrees outside. What is wrong with you? Swear that child must have an AC under that hoodie. But if you see him out in these streets, just give him some cold water or something, okay? Anyway, child, so you know that we're not leaving out of town before passing by our favorite place in the world. But you know who said we only needed gas. He also said something about, you know you're too pregnant to be walking around Bucky's. Just tell me what you want and I'll go get it. And a bunch of other blah, 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 blah. And so there he left me right there in the car while he's all inside hearing fresh brisket on the board and taking a peaceful little pee in those immaculate restrooms. I bet he's even in there taking a picture with Bucky. And then an hour later he comes all happy-go-lucky like he didn't leave us in the car for 3 hours. While he's in there looking at snacks and clothes and snacking on beaver nuggets and such. I ain't no hater, I'm just saying. And then, child, he had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, come to my window with some hot cashews. Sir, I don't even want your hot nuts anymore. I don't want your drink either. What else you got since you were in the store for 10 hours? Ah, barbecue brisket sandwich. Now we talking. Now, while it might be a little while before I can walk around Bucky's again, but he wasn't going in that store without getting me some barbecue brisket. Now back to Jacob's birthday. So we got back on the road heading to Atlanta, Georgia, as that's the first leg of our stop on Jacob's birthday trip. Because as I've mentioned, Jacob is turning 7. And as I've also mentioned previously, birthdays in our family are a really big deal. And I think I got that from my mom. As I can remember, she made all of my birthdays that she could a really big deal. I can remember when I either turned 4 or 5, she had put together all these things in our apartment, blew up all of these balloons. There was food and party favors and a huge cake, and not a single person showed up. Well, I'm sure that upset her. I didn't see it because I can only remember her saying, okay, we're just gonna open your presents by ourselves. And so she and I sat there together, just my mom and me, and opened all these gifts she had gotten me for my very special birthday. And so the way that I choose to celebrate my children for their birthdays, make sure that they all feel extra special on their very special day, is the exact same way my mom did for me when she could. And I know that if she were here today, she'd celebrate my children just the same. And so this weekend, we'll celebrate Jacob, because no matter how many siblings he has, he is an individual and will be celebrated as such. And so tonight, we'll spend the night outside of Atlanta's airport, watching the planes take off and land, because tomorrow is Jacob's 7th birthday, and we're going to celebrate just the way he wants. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.